Hey, good morning, guys. Phase 3 of our sheets lessons. Going to take that grilled food data from our other spreadsheet, and I'm going to show you guys how to create a chart in the spreadsheet and on its own page that you potentially could use for other class projects or even maybe for your final project we have coming up here. All right, so I brought my data over here. And again, anytime you want to create a chart, in a spreadsheet, you're going to have to highlight the data first. So I'm just going to click and drag on that, highlight it, and I'm going to go up here to Insert. I'm going to go down to Chart. Now, as soon as I do this, by default, it's going to bring in a circle graph right on top of my data and in my spreadsheet. If I'm happy with what that looks like, I can take it and maneuver it around. Maybe I'm doing a report for somebody or just want to do a little picture with some data. There it is. Now, I can get a lot more specific here in my setup. So over here on the side, you'll notice there's a nice chart editor menu that has shown up. It's set for pie chart. I can certainly change that to a bar graph or a horizontal bar graph. Okay, if you scroll down, there's some other options here too. You probably wouldn't do a line graph for this because that's usually for measuring things over time. But they have some different options there. But those are the three most common ones, obviously, unless we're doing something over time, which I'll do in the next phase of this. So I'm just going to do a regular bar graph for this. You'll notice there's a lot of data here from the actual spreadsheet and a lot of information that we really don't need to play around with for our charts. Okay, but up here to the right, I have a customized tab where I can go in and really get specific with the way I want to make this chart look. Okay, so again, I've got my chart style here. This is kind of cool. You can go in and change colors. You can change borders. You can make it 3D, which is kind of cool. You can actually click on the chart as well, and it'll take you to those sections over here in the menu. So it's another way you can get potentially somewhere quicker. Like if I wanted to change the colors of these and double clicking on those, okay, I can go on and change the color of each one of these, which is kind of a neat little function. And they have different percentages you can fill in for the colors and that type of thing too. But again, you can play around with that as you see fit. Okay, so going to go back to customize here. Not really going to change anything with the series here. Again, as far as numbers go, just the color of my bar graphs. Chart title, I don't really like what's written here. This is number versus grill. That's really not what it is. It's really I guess, kind of a grilled foods survey. Probably a little bit more appropriate title, and as you can see, it will change it. If I want to do anything to that, I can make it boldface. I can change the style, the font. I can change the text color. If I don't like, what's going on, I can change the size to a different size. I can center it if I want, put it to the right. All kinds of different options here for my chart. Close that, and again, if you really want to get specific with things, you can add legends. Your horizontal axis here, I can again go in and change the text color of any of that information. That's probably a little bright. Okay, I can again change the fonts. I can get this looking pretty much how I want it with not a whole lot of effort. Grid lines you can change as well. A lot of different options here. So like if I can click on individual things on the chart itself. It's like there's my major grid lines, which are these. They're coming up in automatic color. I can make them darker if I want. There's minor grid lines on. I can, if I want to change the colors of those, I can go in and do that. There's a lot of neat little options you can do here to make your graph look really good. And you can position it on the page. You know, if you were turning this in for a project like for French or something, maybe you did a survey, whatever, and you wanted to insert, you know, some images, you can put them in the cell or over the cells. I think I saved a couple grilled food pictures earlier. So if I go in here, I can get those pictures and bring them in. Again, depending on what you're doing for a project, a lot of options you can do. So I got some grilled food there. It'll actually bring that picture in. You know, I can kind of insert it in there, and I can print that out in a nice little page for a project or whatever. Now, if I want to do a chart on its own, okay, suppose I want to do another chart, and again, I could do numerous charts. So I could do a circle graph, I could do a horizontal, I could have like 3 different charts of the same information. But if I want to do this chart on its own, okay, I can actually highlight my data here. Again, I'll insert the chart. And once you get the chart in here, there's 3 little dots up here in the top right corner. And what you can do is you can move to its own sheet. And what will happen on the bottom of our screen here, you'll see a new tab open up, Chart 1. So I'll call this, I'll just call it large. Chart 1 is where all my data is. And then again, once I get in here, I can edit this chart and make it look how I want it to look with the customizing. And, again, maybe I want this one to be the circle graph. Again, I can go in there, make it 3D if I want it 3D. I can change, you know, the different options here, change the titles and everything just like I did before. So basically what we're going to do here, guys, in this assignment is I'm going to have you create a chart like I did here with the data that's there. You can insert a little photo if you'd like. Okay, and then I would like you to create a chart that it is in its own sheet like I did here. Okay, and again, go in, experiment a little bit, you know, make it your own. Again, there's some cool things you can do here with the chart. You can actually put donut holes in it, and you can separate the pieces out and just experiment with it and try some different things. But that is how you create charts using data from a spreadsheet. See you soon.